my feelings are that we should definitely have publicly funded elections. We shouldn't have elections which are determined by whoever spends the most money wins, because we know how disastrous that is. Right now, Congress people, senators, presidents are so beholden to corporate interests. They can only serve corporate interests. And when you look at the gains corporations have had for their lobbying efforts, that's why they spend so much money lobbying. Because for every dollar they spend on lobbying, they get $20,000 in returns. So imagine if it was publicly funded, then maybe the public would get $20,000 in returns from their politicians. The politicians would actually serve the public rather than the corporate interest. Right now we have a corporate welfare state. So the giant corporations, they don't have to pay taxes, or they have a very light tax burden. The tax burden is really on ordinary people. We've seen this most dramatically in California with Proposition 13, where the tax burden has been shifted off of the homeowners, or onto the homeowners and away from the corporations. California is the only state, too, where the oil companies make out like bandits. They take the oil, they take the profits, but they don't give anything back. There's no money that goes into the California state treasury to offset the oil spills and the pollution and all the harm that oil causes. And that's criminal. I think it will be on the ballot come November. But basically, we've seen Obama serve British Petroleum over the Gulf oil disaster. This is horrific. I mean, British Petroleum should be paying for the damage that they caused. Instead, the government has helped cover up how much damage that they've caused, and the people who have been most directly harmed haven't received any compensation whatsoever. In fact, what the government has done is they've failed to monitor how much toxins are in the seafood, and they've raised the limits on how much toxins could be in the seafood, and they've actually helped purchase it and distribute it to people who don't have any choice, like in school lunches and prison lunches, in military rations. That's where some of the worst toxic food is going. And I'm afraid that we've seen really the most horrific ecological threat ever with the disaster in Fukushima a year ago. And this disaster is ongoing. We need to shut down this suicidal nuclear technology. And instead, the administration, it is pushing nuclear power, and it is not monitoring the water, the air, the food that's coming from Japan. And this is a threat to the people of the United States, the people of the Northern Hemisphere, as well as the people of Japan. And if the nuclear industry was actually safe, they would know how to stop a nuclear meltdown and do something about Fukushima, but they haven't been able to figure it out. So for us to continue on this suicidal technology path is just horrific. That's one thing that I would definitely try to do in Congress. Certainly not give financial rewards and support to an industry which is a huge threat to all of us.